Not sure what happened. Not sure what happened. The internet, I don't know if we did something wrong or we were playing copyright music. I do not know. Hello, Steffi. Hello, everyone. Roxy, Kelly A. We're going to be talking about dominance. Okay, we're back.
I
I don't know if it's because we are doing copyrighted music. Sometimes the internet cuts out. Like these are the things that happens with lives. Thanks for hopping right back on, everyone, including our special guest. And who is with you, by the way?
This is Agatha Taraji. She's my baby.
Oh, yes, I love it. I love it. I always say it's not like a real Zoom call or a live if there's not children or like pets roaming around, right? So that is awesome. So we're interviewing today about financial dominance and confidence. And so Jojo is an amazing woman. I'm really excited. I want to share the story. I don't know if you remember what happened on that flight, but I would love to share our viewers because you're my hero, if you remember. But anyways, and I don't even know if you know what I'm talking about specifically, but pardon me?
I don't know. So let's.
Okay, well, I'll fill you in, and you can tell us if you're going to share it with the world, which you seem pretty open. So, basically, we're going to be talking about. I thought we were going to talk about body confidence when I contacted Jojo. I'm like, you should be on my show. It's all about pleasure and prosperity, and body confidence, and loving yourself, and feeling like a hot, sexy, radiant goddess. And she's like, yes. And I always ask my guests, like, what is lighting you up? What is making your pussy wet? What is like just fucking, making your nipples hard and everything arousing in your body? And she's like, yes, financial dominance, being a financial dominatrix, so findom. So we are going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about her lingerie line. We are going to be talking about our flight together and everything in between. So welcome Jojo. How do you like to be referred to? Is it Jojo? Is it sex queen? What is it?
For some people, JoJo. Some other people call me Goddess.
Goddess who?
Goddess, give me, because I'm like, give me what you owe me. So
Oh,
I,
yes. Let me tell you, since I put some hashtags in about like sugar baby and findom and all this stuff, we've been getting a lot of comments about some sugar daddies out there. So, Goddess Gimme, I think might have some new clients. Love that. Love that.
they just walking up down the street. It's amazing.
Oh,
They're everywhere.
oh, they love that booty. They love that shape. They love that you just ooze confidence. That's what I love about you. You're a pole dancer. You're showing it sounds like you're at the beginning of your journey of pole dancing, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just showing us the whole part of it, right? And I've always loved your body confidence. I didn't wear shorts for like 20 years because I was nervous about my cellulite, and I was like overheating, and my my best friend slash we've been involved. She's like, your booty, she's like, you are like giving a gift to the world wearing shorts. Okay. That's what she said yesterday. So that
Yeah.
felt good. I think she's watching right now too. Anyways, would you like to introduce ourselves and tell us a little bit about yourselves, and then we'll get into the interview. Thank you so much for being here and blessing us with your gimme goddess radiance.
Ugh. Well, I'm JoJo. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. I
Yeah.
moved to the US. I moved to the US when I was 18, and it was different. Like it was a culture shock. It was different, but it also opened me to a lot of things, like confident and try new things. Because when you move out of your hometown, you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. Can I curse here? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna be talking about a lot of pussy and sex and like dominatrix stuff. So yes, you can also curse. Thanks for asking, though.
But it really like opened my eyes to everything. Regards to confidence, I was always confident, but it was always like holding me down for some sort of reason. But then here, I don't know nobody. Nobody knows me. So I can just be whoever I want to be, however I want to express, and I don't care because you don't know me.
Right. So and now you're in New York.
Now I'm in New York after graduating college. Now I'm in New
Okay,
York,
cool.
designer and everything, and a financial dominatrix.
Yes, you
What
are.
what is this? If
Tell
you
us.
don't,
Tell us everything. What is financial dominance in general, and then what's a financial dominatrix do?
financial domination is that it's like a psychological kink where men or any gender will give you money just for the purpose that you're pretty. Like there's nothing attached to it. There's nothing attached. They're just like, see, like your value is like higher than theirs. So that's why they just want to give you money. It's just like that rush of giving money to somebody that you might not meet or might meet, you know, because it can be online, in person. And then a financial dominatrix is that person that controls that milk that plays that part of like, give me money because I'm pretty. Like you need to have that confidence. Like if you don't have that confidence, you cannot go to the straight face to a person and be like, give me $500. See how I didn't stutter? I didn't stutter.
No, you did.
So you need to have that confidence. You cannot be like, oh, maybe like, what if I ask 500 and he only wants to give me 100? Then no, then bye. You know, like you need to have that power in you.
That's amazing. What's coming up for me is I was watching the show Bonding. Did you watch that?
Yes.
Oh my God, it was so good. And then like you get to see end of season 1, you're like, oh, what happens next? Then you get to end of season 2, you're like, oh, what happens next? Like you just power through them, right? I actually had a dream that I was like, you know, kind of dating the guy from it, but he was like a different guy. I'm like, you're famous, you're from that show. But I was like, wait, you're not a redhead. Anyways, and that guy's gay. And anyways, how did you get into this? How did you get into findom? I only heard of it honestly about a year ago for the first time.
So the funny thing is like I started with like dominatrix in general. The first time was a guy from Tinder. I was on Tinder and this guy followed me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Like he was like begging. He was like, please, 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 let me spoil you. Like, please, 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 let me worship you. Like, please. And I was like, what is this? He found me on Snapchat too. I'm like, what is this? And when I opened, he was actually like handsome too. I'm like, what? Do you want me to do what? He was like, please suffocate me, please. Da 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 da. And I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of interested a little bit. Let's see what it is. Because I thought I was a sub. Like, I thought, because, like, I don't know, like, Hispanic culture and all that. It's like, oh, the man is the strong one. And you were the dance, this and that. And I'm like, ooh, but let me try this. This is something new. What is it? Like, I really don't give too much fuck about you. So let me just play with you. If I have to not be nice, then I'd rather do that. And then one day I was like, hey, bring me food and bring me a blunt, you know, and then let's see what it happens. And that's how it started. And I did like it. I was like, it's like that power of dynamic, that exchange of like, shut up, like I'm the boss now. Like it's so nice because I'm also a people pleaser in my regular. So having that and be like, no, it's not about you. It's all about me. It just, I don't know. It's something that you then start craving again and again and again.
Oh, I love that. For me, I've interviewed a little bit about kink and BDSM, but I love power dynamics. I like like fantasies and psychology with porn. Like I like psychological porn, and I'm just like, no, like, and for me, I love being submissive, but also as a queer woman, I know what it's like to fuck someone else, you know, with my fingers, fuck someone else with my strap on, right? And there's just like, most of the time I do like subbing, and you know, being fucked and all this kind of stuff, but like there's such like amazing power in the dynamic in general, but also like giving as well, right? And especially in our fucking patriarchal society where it's like women are, you know, taught to be like pleasurable and desirable and like nice and all this kind of stuff and meek and all this stuff. It's really nice where you could be like, no, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, just so everyone knows, kink relationships and BDSM relationships, this is bondage, dominance, submission, and masochism. I always get mixed up with the S&M, I think, because there's different S&Ms in the BDSM kind of language. But anyways, it's all consensual. There's actually a lot of talk about rules and boundaries and consent and agreements.
It's so amazing how I learned a lot more about consent while being a dominatrix than in my regular sex life. Like, we go really deep. Like, there's a thing that I learned the other day. It's like consent is like ordering pizza. you have to be like, okay, the base of this arrangement is going to be this. And then the topic is like, what do you want? Impact play, humiliation. As that's the topic. And then what will be like your other like hearts on? And you talk about every single little detail. Like the ends at on will be the aftercare. So what will happen after we do all the things that we said? How do you want to be like calmed, and how do you feel loved? Sometimes people are like, give me a cookie or give me a hug or whatever. So talk about all that before you meet somebody. So when you get to meet that person, if you do anything that wasn't discussed on my pizza order, then I can just leave. I don't need to give you an explanation. I don't need to give you, I will get up and leave, because that's nothing. It's not what what is arranged to do.
Yeah, for sure. And unfortunately, 50 Shades of Grey really didn't show the best portrayal of BDSM and kink relationships because it was one-sided. The woman didn't want the kink and all that kind of stuff. Subs, to make it very, very clear, subs want to be engaging when it's consensual, you know what I mean? And they are the ones in control because they're the ones that are getting the, I guess, energy towards them, impact play, that's like, you know, hitting, choking, biting, slapping, all that kind of stuff, being tied up, all that kind of stuff. It is consensual, and the sub is the one that is saying like, yes, this is okay, no, this is not okay. Of course the dom as well. However, like the person who's getting the impact, and I don't really know what other words to use, but it's consensual and guided by the person that's getting it. So they're in complete control, and you can have rules that says like red, it means no, you know, green means, someone says, how did I end up here? I'm only 17. Well, you're here now, and make sure you're getting educated from proper sexual educators like us, because they don't teach this. You know, we don't teach about, in sex education, we don't teach about, you know, pleasure and desire and masturbation and these kinds of things. We're taught about STIs, right? So like sex education that just teaches about STIs is like a cooking class that just talks about salmonella. Like, yeah. It just doesn't make sense, right? And especially when it comes to female pleasure, right? So I love that you're just like so into it, and you discovered, you're like, oh, I thought it was a sub, but like really like I can be both, or, you know, you really get off from, you know, I mean, it's like Ariana Grande's song, which I keep thinking about doing for my burlesque performances. I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it, right? You want that pizza delivered or your food delivered, you want the person to do whatever, like that's a lot of power, right? There's so many things in life that we don't want. So tell me, what would you say are some of the biggest differences between financial domination and other kinds of dominatrix work, where it's more like you're sexually connecting with each other?
So there are a few, like, there's a dominatrix that is the lifestyle. So you actually don't get paid for none of that. It's just you do it because you like to do it and everything. There's the pro-domination, that's the one that you do get paid for everything that you do. So there's a menu, there are appetizers, there are main course, there's dessert. You pick, you pay. Financial domination, sometimes there's no need to do anything. Sometimes it's just like, yo, send me money. They just send it to you. If they want anything humiliation on the side, then that gets that on the bonus of the menu. But financial also, there's a lot on Twitter. Twitter is the best for financial domination. There's a lot of games like retweet, comment, and like game. So it's like, give me $1 for the retweet, give me $2 for the like, and this much for the comment. And it's more like that, more like involving also other doms or other people to help you out with the likes and with the comments and to milk that person off. So I don't know, I hope that explains a little bit between both. But it's financial domination is just mainly money related, money, getting that account right from their bank account to your account. And it's so good. That's Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. Be like, beep, 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 beep. It's
awesome. So tell us more about, I mean, I think sometimes people are confused as to why someone would want to be a submissive or a financial submissive, or they're actually, let's talk a second about the names, because when I was making the hashtags for this, I just put findom or financial domination, and all of these kinds of, someone's asking if they can ask a question. Yes, you can ask questions, guys, in the comments. there was all this these terms. It was like cash cow, piggy daddy, and like all this kind of stuff. So maybe before we get into the other questions I was just going to ask about, why, I mean, hold on a second.
Pay pig will be the sub. Will be pay pig or cash cow will be the sub that is getting you the money.
Yeah.
So that's what we call them.
Okay. And this is a term that is it supposed to incite humiliation kink or
Mhm.
like, okay. So they're
Cash cow, human ATM.
mm-hmm.
There's also something called cash meet. It will be in person. So I would just meet up with my sub on an ATM. He's gonna go there, take cash out,
Mm-hmm.
like, thank you, bitch, or like, do better next time, or whatever, a little humiliating kind of thing. Maybe make him kiss my feet, something like that. Just walk away with $500, $600, $700.
Right.
But
And this is so interesting. Yeah, when I found out about this, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because people want someone to take control. Subs like for I'll speak for myself. I can't speak. I'm not the authority. We are not the authority. Anyone listening on everything financial domination, everything kink and BDSM. In my experience, I like submitting because I was a lawyer. Now I'm a sex coach. I'm an entrepreneur. I run my own business. And so when you're in that situation where someone else is taking control, it's just like, oh. It's kind of relieving and it's very healing. There's a lot of healing to be done around humiliation, around self-worth, around, self-love and like boundaries and communication in these. Okay, this person's asking, how does your boyfriend or girlfriend feel about this?
So I'm single, thank God, but the dating scene, and both men that I have dated, I'm like, I'm a dominatrix, I do this, I do that. Some of them I'm like, oh, I know about that, da 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 da. My last one, that is the one that I have crush on and I cannot get out of my head, Jesus. He has dated a financial dominatrix before, so he was like, oh, like he's just used to it. Like real men, like real, not any gender, like real people that are secure of their sexuality shouldn't be afraid of this, because like I'm not dominating to my boyfriend. I'm actually submissive. So there's a difference. Like my regular life and my vanilla life has nothing to do with my dominatrix life.
Yeah,
it's like a really good separation. So if your man or your woman doesn't like it, then they're not for you.
Yeah. Jojo, I love you. I'm your fan. I follow all your content. Short comment, I love you. Yeah, for me, I'm not a financial dominatrix, but being a sex coach and a beautiful woman on the internet, I get a lot of DMs from other people, a lot of people asking me to be a sugar baby. I haven't looked into it too much. I also wonder about the contract side of things, right? Like, do you have contracts with your clients? Because I just wouldn't want to be sued, like with my lawyer hat on, right? But my partner was very secure. They're like, you're not going to do anything with them. Like, if you're meeting with someone on the internet, like from a distance, my last partner was like, that's fine. And he was getting friggin' messages as well. I think also from men for pictures and stuff. He's a very attractive man. So my ex-partner. So yeah, I think that, it's like with any kind of profession in, any kind of sex work or escort work or this kind of umbrella, people need to be okay with it if they're going to be engaging in that kind of relationship.
Even just me designing lingerie and posting pictures of my lingerie on Instagram, it's a deal for men. Like, I had one of my exes that he was like, why are you posting blah 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 blah? I'm like, I'm not gonna stop. So there's a door.
Yeah, exactly. That's and that's definitely something I do. I post pictures of myself in lingerie, and it's for me and it's for women. I work with women clients and I want to show real bodies that have hair and cellulite and that are different and that are not photoshopped, and that, like, I'm 6 feet tall, everyone said I was big my whole life, and it's really beautiful to show the diversity of bodies, right? So let's switch gears a little bit and tell me about your body confidence and your lingerie and all of this stuff. Like, I'm not surprised that you said you've always been confident, because I look at your stuff and I'm like, oh my God, look at that juicy booty and look at those thighs, and like your lingerie is so delicious, as you said. Tell us all about how that all started.
So confidence. I went to like Catholic school, Catholic private school. We were only like two big girls in the class,
Okay.
maybe like in the high school, maybe that we were five in total. So it was kind of harsh. And it took me a little bit, but I was always fighting. Like I was always a dancer. I was in cheerleading, so I was always fighting. But there were times that I would start using my clothes were too big, trying to like hide my body and all this stuff. But fast forward to 2014, I got cheated on for the first time with the guy that I was with. And after that, I promised myself one thing, that I wanted to love myself completely, like naked, like to the point of nakedness. Because I was always comfortable and confident with clothes, but when I was about to take the clothes off,
Yeah.
I was, I remember, I remember losing my virginity and like taking my clothes out underneath my covers, like underneath the covers, because I was so embarrassed. And I was like, I'm not gonna let a man make me feel bad about my body or seeking validation, even though I would still seek validation for a few years after that. But I started with learning how to love myself, something little by little. I started like my belly, like things that I hated, I started putting more love and more love until like a few years later. I think it was maybe less than 6 months. I did my first two-piece swimsuit. And then like full coverage, it wasn't yet the thong yet, but it was like something. And then slowly but surely I did more lingerie photo shoots. I started doing like my own lingerie and then taking pictures on that. And that really like seeing my body through somebody else's eyes, like through all the photographers, it's so like I would look at someone and I'm like, that's me, like that's shit. And that will like give me more and more and more like confidence in myself. Then I went to the thongs, and now I'm to the pum pum shorts. Like I will never wear pum pum shorts. Last time I was in Puerto Rico, I went to Amazon, bought like 4 pairs of pum pum shorts, and I wore them. I'm like, I didn't give a fuck. I was walking everywhere. I hope my mama wasn't too like scandalous about it, but I was showing everything, and I loved it because now I live for me. Like I don't give a fuck about anybody else. I don't give like it's just me, and that's how you shine, and that's how you feel good. And I want everybody to have this feeling, like the feeling of not just loving yourself, not just feeling hot, but just feeling delicious about yourself. Like that's another level. Like there's levels to confidence, and it takes time. Like I said, I started 2014. It's 2021, you know? And it's not just straight. It comes and goes, but you need to know that when you back up, like you back up with more force.
I love that.
With the lingerie, that's something that it's kind of like I'm a little vulnerable. I haven't like voiced it out. I had like a mental breakdown in my car the other day because I am confident in all these other areas, but even though I create great lingerie, the imposter syndrome still comes in and fuck shit up and be like, who's gonna buy that? Who this? Who that? Because I remember my last collection, as an artist, I let a lot of people talk in my ear. Sometimes you need to like, okay, but you're not the designer and this is not your company. You need to shut the fuck up. And that's what I did with this last collection, because I was trying to get everybody. Like I was like, but if you're a little confident, I want to help you too, and this and sometimes I need to the people pleaser in my head needs to be like, you cannot help it. Like you cannot help everybody. So it's like, who are you gonna target? Like you have to target that one specific person, and the other people will join. The people that are working on
Raise up, right?
will get there. They will see more people doing this. So that's why this time around it's all thongs, it's all rhinestones, it's all titties out, ass out, fupa out. Like we love to see it. People need to get on board. Like I was scared, and I told myself, I'm like, my birthday is next month, is in June, and I want to post this collection in June, and all I want for my birthday is like validation from people buying my lingerie to be like, you're here for this. You're doing a great job. You know, like these designs are amazing. Like I want to be at the beach and see my designs, like girls wearing it. I'm like, that's what I want for my birthday.
Yes.
Outside, showing their badonky donks.
Yeah.
And I'm battling that imposter syndrome. I'm like, you know what? It's happening. It's happening. June 1st.
June 1st. Coming up. That's awesome.
That collection is gonna drop. And I just want to see all those asses out there. And I'm also doing like for peeners, having peeps. I'm making thongs for y'all too. Like it's all genders.
Nice.
Having your legs, you're gonna fit it. I'm gonna fit it so you can rock curves with confidence. So
ooh, I love that. I love that. I love how gender, gender, what's the best word? Loving you are, there's more than two genders, there's all genders, and different people have different sexualities, and it doesn't matter what their biological sex was assigned at birth and all that stuff. So I love that. People can be, different genders with different body parts. So that's beautiful. I love that you have this line. I love that you're just like, yes, I want everyone to like, have their asses out on the beach. I want to see my collection. Your pieces are beautiful. I don't even think I realized that you designed them. What's your Instagram for your lingerie collection? Because that's a different.
curveswithconfidence.shop.
.shop. Okay, so just curves with confidence, all one word. .shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. And so, what kind of sizes? There's lots of different sizes, lots of different colors.
Small to like right now. I have 3X just because I haven't had like a fitting model bigger than that. But if somebody asks me,
yeah,
I find somebody over here to be a fitting model. Got it for you. Like it's okay. But for now, all the sizes and all the people that I have that I can fit on are until like 3X.
Amazing. And so when women wear your lingerie, you want them to feel delicious. What does delicious mean to you?
You know when you see somebody in the street that you like and you're like, like that. He look.
Oh, it's like you're salivating for food.
Yeah, I want you to have that feeling for yourself. Like look at yourself and be like, ooh, like.
Damn, I look good.
Times like you're like, ooh, that's me. Ooh, let me watch it again. Ooh, that's me. Like that type of vibe. That type of vibe is what I want to create in everybody. They need that on themselves. Like not waiting for somebody else to make you feel that way. You can make yourself feel that way.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So I run a sex goddess school. So if anyone wants to get on the wait list for the fall term, let me know. It's a 12-week program to really step into your sexuality, own your sexuality, and live a life of pleasure, wealth, prosperity, and body fucking confidence, and body love, and body like celebration. It's more than just like body positivity, right? And so one of the most popular weeks in that, and I also ran just a one-off workshop, so I've ran this 3 times now, is this sexy selfie boudoir photo shoot event. And it's so fucking delicious. It's so funny that I guess I don't even think that I would have thought about this before. But so many people are like, I didn't even think to wear lingerie just for me. It's not even in the realm of their possibility. So when we gather as women in this group and we're literally like with our O-ring lights or like selfie sticks or just like propped up on a book if you don't have the tech or whatever, and you're taking pictures of yourself as a woman in community with other women while, having like, I don't drink much, but I love having like a glass of wine with like a wine glass with water in it, but berries to feel like bougie, right? And playing sexy music, and just like it's like a girls' night that you're like putting on your outfits and stuff, and you're getting ready for the club, right? And it's like by far one of the most popular exercises because my class is not just about or goddess circle. It's not just about, like talking about things. It's all about embodied practices. We do breast massage. We dance. We meditate. We do yoni massage. We have a mirror. We are talking lovingly to our pussies. Like this is pussy worship. Like this is what I do. And so these practices not just help your head think, oh, I'm sexy, use affirmations, whatever. It's you get it in your body, in the experience, right? So I fucking love encouraging lingerie. I love being a burlesque dancer, and lingerie is just such an amazing tool to help women feel fucking delicious. And my word for that is, I say sexy, radiant goddess energy, right? This goddess who just, she doesn't have to go out there and talk to all the people. She's just fucking shining, and people are magnetically drawn to her because she's just like, fuck yeah. It's like confidence plus, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yeah.
When you say like, because I used to know that, like people that wouldn't wear lingerie for themselves, like just for the occasion, and that's bad because then when the special occasion comes, you feel awkward because you haven't wear that before. So this is the first time you're trying to feel sexy yet still uncomfortable. Like, no, wear that in your house. When you feel, wear it, because then you pass by a mirror and you're like, hold on, wait, I'm depressed, but that ass still fat. Like, you need to do that. You need to do that for you. So then, whenever you find that other person that you want to show it off to, then you're like, this? Oh, I wear this every day. Or I wear this, it's like, it's nothing for you. And that creates more of that confidence. Because it's like, oh, this little thing.
Right.
This light thing.
Ground it into your own sexiness because you got it first before seeking external validation or whatever. Yeah. Totally. I have a couple stories. I don't know who gave this, but apparently someone was given coaching homework, and it's maybe from some book. It's like How to Get Men or something like that, but it's about women's empowerment. And the homework, so this is all for all the ladies listening, or all the people listening, all the genders listening who want to feel good about their bodies. You were to look in the mirror, and I don't know if you were supposed to say something, but you couldn't leave that mirror until you wanted to fuck yourself, right? Ooh. So I know, right? And we relate so much in other people. And I'm recently single, and whether you're single or not, you can date yourself. You know, we always save the lingerie or the silk sheets or the like flowers or the champagne or whatever for a special occasion. Like, you are alive today. That is a gift. And we know that more than ever during COVID times, right? Mm-hmm. So bust out the nice things, like put on the nice clothes, right? And buy the nice necklace or whatever. And just the other day I was just, I performed in a silky like kind of lingerie. It was like a shorts and bra set, and I just wore it on my live the other day because I'm like, I want to wear something silky, like, right? And then what was the other thing I was going to mention? Okay, and then I tried naked yoga for the first time the other day. It was on Zoom, and I was really nervous because I also feel really confident when I'm wearing clothes and not so much when I'm not. And also, my previous partner was 70 pounds lighter than me. I was 6 feet. He was 5'4". All this kind of stuff came up around insecurity, right? And so I was on this naked yoga class, and I was like really thinking I was not going to like what I saw. And then we're on all fours doing cat-cow, but like in a circle. So that's like moving your torso in a circle. And I was like, damn, is that my belly? Fuck yeah. I was like turning myself on. And even now, like, because I've done so many embodied practices of touching my body all over my body, not just my breasts and my pussy and my clit and all that stuff, I was tapping the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting aroused. Like EFT tapping, if you guys know, emotional freedom technique. And I was like, what? Like, the access I have to pleasure my body because I do embodied practices, not just like masturbating to porn is fine, but when you also have a deeper appreciation for your body, you wear nice clothes, you touch your body all over, you really pamper yourself and connect with your body, you have so much access to pleasure. Like, it's so fucking juicy. It's so juicy. So Barry and sex goddesses, including there's like a 72-year-old sex goddess in my program right now. And I love it. They sometimes wear lingerie to our circles, and it's just like, fuck yeah, queen. One of them was telling me she was folding laundry on a Sunday afternoon wearing lingerie because that's what I teach people. I'm like, don't wait to feel sexy now. There's so many ways to make your everyday sexy. You know what I mean? Like,
another experience that I had in Brooklyn, I went to an event that it was all like queer people and regular femme, and it was all in lingerie, and it felt so fucking amazing. Like, going to this event, everybody wearing lingerie, there was a BDSM panel, there was like music and dance, whatever, And I loved it so much that I didn't have to be like worried about a man just trying to touch me or a man just trying to be really like they are. And it was the best experience of my life. The best experience of my life. Everybody was having the greatest time. Everybody was dancing. Everybody was feeling themselves. I love that. And I want to recreate that again when the world is back again.
Yes. Oh my God, that's amazing. At the beginning of COVID, I actually asked her to be on my show, and she said yes. This woman, Sarah Massey, she runs a queer naked dance party, and so it's for all genders as well. But I was like, man, I was on the Zoom in a little lingerie kind of like dress teddy thing, and then I think I might have even gotten nude, and I had like candles because I didn't want it to be super bright, but it was so fucking liberating. You know what I mean? When it's a safe space, and this is reclaiming spaces, and that's why I love burlesque too, because people are cheering because I have control, like a submissive, right? I have control of what I take off, what I wear, you know, and people, it's all about consent when it's safer spaces, right? It's not like the fucking street harassment I get when I walk down the road, or like the gross DMs guys send me, right? When it's consensual and it's empowered, it's so fucking juicy and delicious. Like, those spaces are so important. So yes, sign me up for either being a presenter or whatever, or definitely going or whatever. That would be amazing. Um, what other questions do I have for you? Tell us more about, you know, how can, if a woman is struggling with her confidence, and she's like, you know, I know in my head I'm supposed to wear the lingerie and like, you know, do all these kind of practices, but what can you tell yourself when it's hard? When you're like, ooh, my cellulite, that's something I bring up because that's something I'm really self-conscious about. How can you, what's your message to women for when it's hard to feel confident?
My secret and something that I love is dedicating myself love songs. If you usually wait for somebody else to dedicate you love songs, and you never like look at yourself in the mirror and put a love song, and sometimes you don't have the words, the good words to say to you, or the loving words to say to yourself, so the songs already have there, so you just have to say what is it called? Like sing the song or whatever, but look at yourself and tell you that, like from your bottom of your heart, like tell you that, even though it will be hard at first and stuff, but keep doing it, that it will get easier, it will get easier, but like give you a little bit love and nurture to yourself. And I love music and I love to dance, so that's why I use music as that type of tool. Like I will get the cheesiest, most romantic song, all the dirty one, because shit, you know, I was
pussy.
dirty things, you know. But take those songs and dedicate it to yourself. Like really look into your eyes, look into your body, look, and it's a repeating type of thing. Like it's a constant loving and pouring love, even though sometimes you don't want to grasp it, you just have to keep pouring it.
Yes, yes, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna commit to the internet to do more mirror work. So talking to yourself in a loving way. When we're in our head, it's useful to say I'm beautiful and this and that, but I think talking to myself in the mirror, and I'll be honest, so in my mirror, one of my practices for like feeling good, I have a smelly marker, you know, the ones, and so the pink one smells like watermelon. So on my bathroom mirror, I literally write messages all the time. I've been doing this for a year. And I say, you know, I'm a sexy, radiant goddess. Like, I make 10K a month. Right now, it's like, I'm a sexy, radiant goddess. And I'm messy and I love it. Like, in terms of going through a breakup and processing pain and grief and stuff, I provide my own safety. I'm like super sexy and self-loving. I provide myself safety and security, all this kind of stuff. And you're looking in the mirror reading this, right? But I want to up-level that to doing more mirror work. And you can also develop your relationship with your pussy, because often we can be told our pussy is too hairy, not hairy enough, the lips are too big, they're too brown, they're too red, they're too whatever. And so, yes, looking in the mirror and talking to your pussy. And when you talk to your pussy is like just waiting for you to talk to her. And she's the one that's like, let's wear the lingerie. Let's wear the hot pink dress. Like, let's fucking dominate someone. Like, she is fucking excited. But we've kind of like repressed her because we're not taught as little girls that pleasure is, you know, our birthright. We're not taught even the names of pussy. It's the down there area or cookie or whatever. And so getting intimate with my pussy was one of the best things I did for my confidence. I can honestly say I love my pussy. And so now I'm working on loving my belly, loving my booty. And for those of you who want it, I have a 5-minute meditation. It's like 4 minutes and 40 seconds. And it's a sexy, radiant goddess activation meditation. So DM me if you want it. But basically it has like, you know, I'm so wealthy, I'm a goddess, I'm sexy, I am radiant, I'm a goddess, I activate my goddess self without even trying. I memorize the first bit. And then I have one about my pussy, like she looks great, she tastes amazing, and she smells exquisite or whatever. And then there's a body part one, like I love my heart and my lungs, I'm so grateful for my beautiful back. And then one of my favorite lines in the meditation is just affirmations, right? So you can even make this for your own, you know, you could just take, I wrote them all down and then I just read them excitedly in a like, you know, very like positive mood. Oh yes, yes, you have your journal. And one of my favorite lines is, I love my luscious lips and my cute booty, right?
Yeah.
And now people know this meditation because I've been giving to my friends and clients. And they're like, they know that line. They're like, I love my luscious lips and my cute booty. So my old partner would say that to me and I'm like, yeah.
I have some of my affirmations here.
Yes.
You say once a lot. Do you mind if I share like
Yes.
my favorite one?
Please do.
It's a little long, but so powerful.
No, we have time. Go ahead.
Is I am the master of my thoughts. I am the master of my feelings. I am the master of my body. My thoughts, my feelings, and my body create my reality. I take radical responsibility for my life. I am committed to this process and I am determined to change. I am significant. Everybody wants to help me and wants to be in my life. I get what I want. I'm overflowing with gratitude. I'm overflowing with love, and I'm overflowing with joy. I am healed. I am free. I am infinite. I am a prize, and the whole world comes rushing towards me. I am deepening my will. I see the absolute best in others, and I have everything that I need. I always did. I just didn't know it. But now I choose to. Instead of chasing, I attract. Instead of begging, I receive. My words are impeccable. I don't take things personally. I don't make assumptions, and I always do my best. I have chosen to have a tender heart, and I'm worthy of miracles. And what is for me, no one can take away, because I have seen the angel of death and lived. I have stared into the face of darkness and defeated it. I have clawed my way back from the edge into the light. And so I am stronger than I ever been. I am freer than I ever felt. And I'm more forgiven than I ever thought possible. And I have finally realized that I'm surrounded by love. And so I will fight till the end for this life I've been given. It's a gift. I receive it. Victory's near. It's done. It's done. It's done.
Oh, it's done. It's done. It's done. Yes. And let's repeat after me. I love your affirmation. So I'm a sexy, radiant goddess.
I'm a sexy, radiant goddess.
2 more times. I am a sexy, radiant goddess.
I'm a sexy, radiant goddess.
I am a sexy, radiant goddess.
I am a sexy, radiant goddess. Even Agatha.
Yes. That's the end of the meditation. Oh my God. That was so, so, so beautiful. Oh my God. That is like the perfect way to like complete this interview. I just love it. Like, body confidence does not come out of nowhere. We have decades telling us that we're not good enough. We're too tall, we're too short, we're too blonde, we're too fat, we're too white, we're too dark, we're, you know, all this kind of stuff. And it's really hard to fight back. We're getting the messages of you're fat, your cellulite's gross, you have too much hair, you're this, you're that, whatever, you're too tall, you're too short, blah, blah, blah. You're the wrong skin color, blah, blah, blah. And then, we are also taught, oh, you have to be confident and a strong, independent woman. And you're like, okay, well, what the actual F, universe, right? Or society, not universe. Universe got our back. For the acclamation, I just want to let you know, yes, you love what you're hearing. It will be posted, this interview will be posted on my Instagram TV, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, because that'll be an easier place. Instagram TVs are a little bit hard to find. Like, you can make a playlist in YouTube. So go follow Sexual Empowerment with Michelle Zacherson, and we'll be posting the video there as well. But yeah, how did you come to your mindset work, the spiritual work, like all those words? I'm like, oh, that's from that book, that's from that other book. Like, have you read the 4 Agreements?
Yes.
Yes, I could tell. I'm impeccable with my word. I actually haven't read the book yet, but I know like the four agreements, right? Tell us about your spiritual journey. Like Instagram's going to cut us off in about 7 minutes, but how did you come to be the person who wrote that beautiful affirmation journaling?
It's been a long, long, long journey. Like I maybe like when I moved to New York is when I really started being like more and more like spiritual and know what that was. I did talk to my mirror and I did affirmations in the mirror, but I didn't know that was what it was.
Okay.
Do this, I went into a deep hole in YouTube with a bunch of things, a bunch of mentors, a bunch. So I just while I was at work, I would like listen to YouTube while I was measuring all the samples and stuff like that. So that's how I did it. I had a lot of journals that I would just write. And I kept like perfecting like my affirmations and perfecting everything little by little, learning myself, learning what I needed, what I need those words to be for me to be the best self, for me to be the higher self that I know that is right here, but I still hasn't like haven't visualized and make it a reality. But it's still there, and it's still in one in a dimension. You know, any what is it called? There's a meditation that I do every morning. Also, it's called signaling a new timeline. So it will be like she's there, like that bad bitch, like that millionaire bad bitch with a jet isn't one right now. I just have to hop into it. I just have to like just
Yeah.
there's so
A
many
quantum leap, right?
there's so many of like me living so many lives at this right moment in time. I just had to tap into that energy and to that like next timeline that I need to cross. But you need to figure out your karma. You need to figure out what are you dealing with right now so you can learn from it so then you can advance. Because if not, baby girl, baby boy, you're gonna stay in that circle. You're gonna stay in that circle until you
Yeah.
do that little evolution. But yes, YouTube, all so good, so good.
Yes, amazing. Yeah, I started my channel a couple of months ago and I interviewed this guy who's made 30 million videos. So EFT tapping, if you guys don't know, it's like a tapping series that you can do in your body to not just get affirmations in your head, but it really helps you release negative limiting beliefs. So if you think you're, not attractive or not confident or whatever, and then it brings in the good. But I love that it's so fast, it's so easy, you can do it anywhere, and it helps relax your body into believing the thing instead of just mindset work, because our bodies are such a big part of, if you say, oh, I'm wealthy, but your parents fought a lot about money, or you're worried about losing money, your body will feel that fear and that all that kind of stuff. So that's why embodied practices are so useful. So yeah, I have some EFT tapping on Feeling Sexy on my YouTube. So again, it's Sexual Empowerment with Michelle Zackerson. So check that out.
That out. I like.
Yes, absolutely. And if it's okay with you, can I post our interview there?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So before Instagram cuts us off, because we'll get the 2-minute warning and sometimes it doesn't even last, tell us what you would love to leave our audience with. Is there anything we didn't get to? Just any last kind of words, and where can we find you, and what promos do you have? How can people work with you as a financial dom, or anything else like promo yourself?
So what I want to tell you, it's like there's different type of tea, and I might not be your cup of tea, but baby girl, baby boy, somebody's sipping.
Yes, I saw that caption the other day. Somebody sipping.
So don't worry that you need to be this or that. Somebody's gonna sip.
Yeah.
Some always is gonna come and sip. So let that marinate.
I
So
love that. You know what? That made me think. Actually, I saw that caption a few days ago, and I can't remember if it was that, but I was reflecting lately. Like my weight has been, different. It's a roller coaster for some women, right? And no matter what weight I was always having sex. People always wanted to date me. You know what I mean? At my highest weight, people wanted to date me and have sex with me. At my lowest weight, they wanted to, So like, someone will always want you, and of course, you have to want you, right? So I love that. I love that. I might not be your cup of tea, but somebody's sipping. That's so sexy.
you can find me on Chris.with.confidence. That's my main one. But I also have at Give Me What You Owe Me. That's the dominatrix one. And then I did another one that I don't know if my mom is watching, but I did another one that is the first letter of Give Me What You Owe Me. So GM, whatever, finish it off.
Yeah.
But Give Me What You Owe Me. That one I have, it's a bridge between all my post stuff, but then in my story I get to like kinky and stuff like that. Because I want to be able to, like, that was my Snapchat personality, but Snapchat delete my account because I'm too hot. So I want to bring that Snapchat personality to that page and just talk about all the sexy shit, all of it, all of it. Let's just like kiki and have a conversation and not be like so much about worrying about brands and whatever. Like, I have to do with curves with confidence, you know? So join me. Lingerie dropping June
1st.
Okay. How you can tribute me, you know, there's Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. You approach me. If you want to approach Goddess, give me what you owe me. You approach with a tribute. So send me that payment, and then you get my attention. Because cheap boys don't get attention. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. So
Make it rain, make it rain. Yes, oh my God. I love all my interviews. Okay, it's like my children. I've been doing this show for almost a year. I've done dozens of interviews. This was so fucking fun. I adore you. Oh yeah, and I want to finish with that video, the story. So hopefully, because we've been so open about everything else, the first time I think I talked to you, we were in different rows back to back on a flight to Puerto Rico from New York City. It was the fucking funnest. If you want to have fun on a flight, go with Puerto Ricans because you guys were so fun, so fucking loud. Although even the stewardess was telling us to be quiet, if you remember. But anyways, I met you by the bathroom, I think, and there was a guy that went in the bathroom. Do you remember this? He went in the lavatory on the plane, and then you sunk into it, like by pushing your back into it, and you got in there. I thought that's what, if you're the person I'm remembering. And then I was like, oh my God, and I whispered to you, oh my God, I've always wanted to do that. Because like it's obvious, you know, all the stewardesses are right there, and that you just backed up into it, and then the doors closed. And I'm like, oh my God, that's how you do it. That's how you really be stealthy if you want to make it in the fucking plane bathroom. And so, was that you? Do you remember? You can deny it if you want, but that's what I thought.
I wish it was me though.
Oh shit, maybe it was one of the other people on the flight. Oh my gosh.
I love that though.
Anyways, that was a super fun story for the flight we were on, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Well, good to clear it up. It wasn't you, but we'll have to figure out which woman it was and then have her on my show for the Mile High Club edition of the Pleasure and Prosperity Show.
I want to be in my hot club.
I know, right? I know. Thank you so much, Jojo. This is fucking amazing. Curves with Confidence. You are just out there with your booty and your boobies and everything, like really making me love my body more and accept it for all its curves and dimples and stretch marks and beautiful skin and blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful smile, just loving myself more and more every day. Really love this time of my life. Breakups are such a beautiful time to love yourself and really love your body and all this kind of stuff. So thank you for helping me feel amazing about myself, and I hope everyone had an amazing time on this interview. Thank you so much. Mwah. Oh yes, and with a wink and a kiss. Oh yeah, so this is my tagline. Hold on, sorry. I believe in you. I believe in me. I love you. I love me. Wink and kiss. All right, thank you, beautiful. We'll talk soon. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We do this for you. Talk soon. Bye.